offended. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Just as Ian Wright said there, people deluded, I'm back again. Happy Tuesday, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone had a great weekend and you're off to a great start where this week's concerned. Hope you and your loved ones are in good health. Now, I'm sure many Arsenal fans, we're just probably expecting Timber and Declan Rice to be announced. Now, I'm sure within Arsenal, within West Ham, within Ajax, you know where these two individuals' futures lay. Probably Arsenal players and all but name now. But again, we want to see them holding the shirt. So again, the current status of Declan Rice, let's delve into it. Don't forget to smash the like button. Offer any thoughts that you have throughout the course of this video, whether that's when this video premieres. One love to everyone watching it on, you know, a rerun and things like that. Hit the comment section after, subscribe and hit the like button. Revealed why Arsenal are yet to announce Declan Rice's arrival almost 2 weeks after they struck a £105 million deal for the West Ham star as they race to have him on their pre-season tour of the USA. As you know, Arsenal's team are currently in Germany for the beginning leg of our pre-season sort of preparations. After Germany, after the fixture against Nuremberg, we head over to America where we play in no order MLS All-Stars, Manchester United and Barcelona. We obviously return to England, play the Emirates Cup against Monaco. Probably there might be a friendly or two behind closed doors or something, but then our season kicks off at Wembley in the Community Shield English Super Cup, as I refer to it as, against Manchester City. But where Declan Rice is concerned, clearly he would improve our midfield and we would love to get him signed sooner rather than later, in addition to Timber, in addition to what we already have with Kai Havertz and anything Mikel Arteta, Edu and those that are, you know, in charge of making decisions have plans. Declan Rice's move to Arsenal is still yet to be completed, despite West Ham agreeing a deal for the captain to leave nearly 2 weeks ago. David Moyes' side struck a club record £105 million deal worth £100 million up front plus £5 million add-ons to sell star defensive midfielder Rice to the Gunners. I know he was released by Chelsea, but can you know, it's a thing of dreams really and truly, and it's testament to all aspects of West Ham. He was released by Chelsea, come through your academy, captain the youth sides, obviously has gone on to become an England international, win a European trophy with West Ham, make over 200 appearances and be sold for 105 million, which could be reinvested, assuming this deal gets over the line. The deal is set to happen imminently, but the North London side have not yet formally announced or officially completed it, despite manager Mikel Arteta wanting him to travel on pre-season tour of the USA. Who knows? Maybe it's just one of those things. There's a lot of moving parts in relations to deals. Some on social media reckon because West Ham played hardball with Arsenal, we're probably taking the mick a bit. Allegedly, and the reason why it hasn't been completed has now been revealed. Sky Sports are reporting that West Ham are ready to rubber stamp the move on their end. Okay. But their report adds that the Hammers are waiting on Arsenal's lawyers to approve the final wording of the deal and that Rice's transfer will be completed once that is done. To be fair, it takes time, innit? You know, you've got to dot I's, cross T's, make sure what they've agreed is legally blinded in writing, and obviously make sure nothing, you know, it's crystal clear. Nothing can be misinterpreted separate ways. Obviously, when you look at this deal, it's 105 million with 100 million up front, 5 million in add-ons. Obviously, West Ham wanted the bulk of these payments up front. Maybe that's just solidifying such. And to be fair, the lawyers have to take as long as they need really to make sure that it doesn't prove costly in that regards. Arsenal are set to fly out to America on Sunday. As you know, people, we're going to be playing in Washington, New Jersey, and Barcelona and Los Angeles, against Barcelona, MLS All-Stars, and Manchester United, people. So yeah, that's that on Declan Rice. We all know he will be a club record transfer for Arsenal and a record transfer where British players are concerned. We all know simultaneously we're attempting to complete a deal for Timber of Ajax. You'd imagine that one's announced before Declan Rice, in my opinion. Who knows, people? Allegedly, Arsenal are actually hopeful that the 22-year-old Timber will be announced in time for when we play Nuremberg on Thursday in 2 days' time, people. As you know, West Ham have released their new shirt and there's no sign of Declan Rice, people. So maybe these are things to read upon. Arsenal have reached a full agreement with the Hammers to sign Rice once again. He's set to undergo a medical in North London. He was set, to undergo a medical in North London last week after finalising personal terms. Official confirmation of his switch to the Emirates is expected in coming days, with Mikel Arteta closing in on his second major signing of the summer. That move means Rice will be bidding an emotional farewell to West Ham, where he spent the majority of his career to date. People, the quicker this deal gets confirmed, the quicker everybody can move on. Smash the like button. West Ham can obviously get on with what they need to do in the transfer market. We can move ahead to what we need to do. We've got Declan Rice. He can meet his new teammates and train with his new team, and everyone's a happy bunny, really and truly. So we'll have to see. Big up to him, really. At 24 years of age, what a player. Once again, Sky Sports are reporting, people, West Ham are ready to sign the contract to allow Declan Rice to officially become an Arsenal player. And we are once again waiting on Arsenal's lawyers to finalise the paperwork before signing off on such. Arsenal are now confident they'll sign world-class player this week, according to, I believe, Ben Jacobs, allegedly, people. He has said Arsenal are confident everything will be finalized in time to have Rice to fly out for their preseason tour of America on Sunday. So, because we're playing a preseason game on Thursday, could it, is it a double announcement? Is it one of the two to create excitement going into the preseason tours and things like that? I don't know, people, but we'll have to wait. Once again, we're still waiting on stuff like on the lawyers. A new issue has hit Declan Rice's move to Arsenal, and it's having a damaging impact on West Ham's own transfer plans. Well, maybe, I hope our lawyers take even slower than West Ham took to actually try and find an agreement with us, people. Apparently, many believe the deal would be announced a couple of weeks ago. Then reports stated it would be last week. Last weekend was the next alleged timescale for the unveiling by Arsenal. Now, I just think this shows while journalists have contacts, nobody actually knows what's actually happening in the footballing world. It was then revealed that Rice had gone on holiday to Portugal and won't be back until later this week, delaying the official move from West Ham to Arsenal further still. Now, he went on an initial holiday, allegedly came back to complete his medical and what he needs to do, and now he's gone back out, people. You've got to remember he was on England international duty as well. According to Sky Sports, again, the hold-up is very much at Arsenal's end because, once again, West Ham are waiting for Arsenal's lawyers to rubber stamp the deal so it can be completed. West Ham are ready to sign the contracts for Declan Rice to become an Arsenal player. The Hammers are waiting for Arsenal's lawyers to approve the final wording of the deal, and that once that is done, they will sign and Rice will complete his move to North London. Arsenal are hopeful of completing the signing of Rice before the squad flies to USA on their pre-season tour on Sunday. So, again, better late than never, really and truly. Once again, we'll be reading the same things as we already know. We already know Declan Rice will become our record signing, and he'll be firmly up there with the Pepes, the Havertz as big money additions for Arsenal Football Club. Speaking of West Ham and continuing the theme with Arsenal, allegedly, they're now the favourites to sign Balogun, people. Allegedly, every day there's a new club that Balogun is set to join, whether that be Chelsea, Napoli, Juventus, AC or Inter Milan, West Ham, Brighton, Palace, a lot of Leipzig, a lot of Monaco, Marseille. A lot of clubs have been interested allegedly in Balogun, but to our knowledge, no offers have been placed at the foot of the door for Arsenal to consider or to not consider. Apparently, the bookmakers reckon West Ham are currently 5-1 to sign the talented young American now forward. We have an asking price of 50 million. You do see some journalists say it's as low as 35. We'll have to see in that regards, folks. He's also once again been linked with AC Milan, reports out of Italy where Balogun's concerned. I can't lie, people. Even though Southampton are refusing to lose their wonder kid Carlos Alcaraz cheaply, and they're demanding over double the 12 million they spent, I think he's a very talented player. And if there was an opportunity for Arsenal to bring him to the club, he can play at multiple positions. He's 20 years of age. He's got that South American tenacity. He's got a higher technical level. He's a strong ball carrier as well. He's a strong runner off the ball. I like him a lot, really and truly. I know if we were to get anyone from Southampton at this moment in time, it's Lavia. But where this guy is concerned, Brighton and AC Milan are also interested in him, people, as well as Benfica and Leipzig. Would love to see him stay in England and sign for Arsenal. If I have to remain at Southampton, I will, as they were the club that first opened the doors for me and gave me the chance to play in the Premier League. Southampton is a beautiful club and has always treated me so well. So if I have to stay, I'll do my very best to come back to the Premier League. Forget all of that. Join us. Frimpong actually has been linked with Real Madrid, Manchester United and Arsenal. And this article is more or less reiterating that, but saying that Manchester City will be due and Celtic will be due sell-on clauses if he is to be sold. Apparently, he could be available for 25 million. Romano has said he has new agents now, or better to say that his original agents parted with new agents. So this is what is going on from what I'm hearing. This is an expensive player this summer. I'm told Leverkusen could start negotiations only from 35 million. There was a big opportunity in January as they were happy with 20 to 25 million, but now it's around 35, so it's way more expensive. I think this is difficult, but Frimpong is prepared to make his move, and the priority for Frimpong is to go to the Premier League. So let's see if clubs will put the money on the table, but at the moment, that's not the case. So we'll have to see. We have been linked with João Felix. This was back in May, people, and I only say that because we have been linked with João Felix. Depending on what reports you read, he's actually been linked with Tottenham Hotspur, whatever you think of that, and actually Paris Saint-Germain, people. I'm sure some of you lot would have seen he's been made to train with Atletico Madrid's youth academy. As you know, we tried to sign him in January. I wonder if that's an avenue to explore at Arsenal. Romano on Partey said, I'm told Saudi clubs will try to approach Partey again in the next few days. On the player side, the priority remains European football, and he wants to continue in Europe. So let's see if Saudi clubs will be able to change his mind. As previously reported, it would also be important to persuade Arsenal because they want an important fee to let Partey go. As you've seen, a bunch of players are going to Saudi Arabia for people. Maybe it's for football, maybe it's for money, maybe it's for both. Long time alleged Arsenal target or Arsenal paper link target with all the journalists Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is set to upset Juventus and Arsenal fans alike as he closes in allegedly on a move to Saudi Arabia. Let me know your thoughts. Lokonga has confirmed he's suffering an injury. You know, him like Charlie Patino have actually not traveled to Germany, people. Lokonga said, due to a muscular injury, I sadly will not be part of the summer camp with the team in Germany. Wonder if he'll go off to America. As you know, he's been linked with Burnley. I'm focused now on my recovery to prepare the season and be ready to help the team at my fullest capacity. You probably had out on loan, really, and when he done an interview on YouTube somewhere, he kind of said that. Once again, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is set to go to the Middle East. Arsenal allegedly could announce Timber this week. Dharma Sheffer said, the information we've been given concerning Timber is that we think he's done his medical now. It's just a case of dotting the I's and crossing the T's on a contract, then a formal announcement from Arsenal. So it could even happen as soon as this week. Everything this week. Sky Sports have also said, with Rice and Timber set to join Arsenal, Arsenal are now turning their focus towards securing transfers for players not in Arteta's plans. Balogun, Pepe, Nuno Tavares, Lokonga, Cedric Suarez are all available. And where Balogun's concerned, as you can see there, we value him at 50 million. No offers have been placed yet, but he has alleged interest from Monaco, Marseille, and AC Milan, folks. Pepe has sent a clear message to Arsenal following his transfer decision. There's rumours his contract could be ripped up, people, which has to be a possibility. Despite not playing, I believe, since May or April, he has actually not returned to London Coley or in Germany with the first team. Not too sure if there's reasons behind that or if he's been told to do his own thing. But you've got to imagine going out on loan, being sold, ripping up in an ideal world, ripping up his contract, and unlikely being reintegrated into Mikel Arteta's plans. All options remain on the table. He has said, I will return to Arsenal. I was loaned without an option to buy, so I have to go back to Arsenal. So at some point, he's back. I don't know about my future yet. When I get back, I'll speak with the coach and everyone and see what ideas everyone has, and we'll make a decision. And some reports actually say his contract could be ripped up, people, which I mean, Edu and Arteta have shown a willingness to do that. Maybe that's the best option. Maybe he goes out on loan where someone's going to pay 60% of his wages and give us a couple million in loan fee. In an ideal world, he sold for a minimal transfer fee and his wages completely are taken off the book. So, it feels like the transfer rumors are in full circle. We've been linked with Ivan Fresneda once again, according to Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo, people. As you know, Valladolid were relegated. He has a release clause of 20 million euros, which is about 17.2 million quid. He's been linked with Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan, and actually Newcastle, you know, in the last few weeks and months, people. He's currently at the under-19s championships with Spain, where he's doing all right. Apparently, Mikel Arteta has told Smith Rowe he wants him to stay this season, which is great news to me as the chairman of the Smith Rowe fan club. He's certainly not on Arsenal scrap heap. Mikel Arteta has told him that he wants him to stay. I think going into the summer, I thought there was a very good chance he could probably go, but by all accounts, they want him to stay and are going to give him an opportunity, which I'm really happy with. Just needs to stay fit and continue what he's been showing in glimpses at the under-21s championship, where him and his England colleagues won. We've been linked with Kyle Walker and Julián Álvarez. I wouldn't be against Kyle Walker for his experience. Julián Álvarez ain't that good, Pep Guardiola. Let us have him. He'd be lit for Arsenal, wouldn't he? I don't believe this article at all, much less the website. But for what it's worth, according to Sports Mo in the early hours of this morning, Arsenal want to sign Kyle Walker and Julián Álvarez from Manchester City. Now, a few days ago, some journalists were saying while they didn't focus on any names, there could be a swap deal between an Arsenal player and Manchester City. Now, Tini's always linked with Manchester City. Maybe that's something. I would love Julián Álvarez, and you wouldn't mind Kyle Walker for at least 18 months for his experience and stuff. No one really cares about his expertise, more so on Álvarez. As you know, Kyle Walker's future is subject to speculation. Allegedly, he was upset about being benched for the Champions League. It does feel like they might kind of upgrade upon that in the next few years. He's apparently been linked with Bayern Munich, so we'll have to see. Maybe it's a bit of creative journalism. You know, considering Alvarez, you know, the only problem with Alvarez is that you've got Haaland there, or he get a lot more football. He signed a new deal and he's quality in his own right. They'd be stupid to let him go. But if they want to keep selling players to us, we could do a lot worse than Julián Álvarez, people allegedly. Apparently, we want to table 60 million euros, which I think they're in a position to get a lot more despite his, I don't want to say marginalized role at Manchester City, but marginalized role. If they, pardon my language, if Manchester City are stupid enough to accept 60 million euros for Julián Álvarez, get it done tomorrow, man. That guy would cook in Arsenal's team, really. But again, you have to doubt the credibility of these rumors, people. So let me know your thoughts on, for argument's sake, Kyle Walker, Julián Álvarez, João Felix, Carlos Alcaraz. Would you let Partey go? You know, what do you think of the Declan Rice and Timber stuff? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay blessed, stay safe. That's all there is to speak about. I'm out.
There's always just that active red flag defenders. I think it's like